What's up guys, this is Lee from Goal Chaser Performance and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to discuss zero drop shoes and the differences between your traditional athletic shoe. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into it. So if you've been following some of my videos for a while, either on Instagram and a couple of YouTube videos I've done here, you see that a lot of times you'll catch me in my zero drop shoes. I really like the zero drop shoe just because it gives me more mobility within my ankle, gives my calves a better stretch. I have more mobility with my toes now. So I really like these shoes for that aspect. I really started with, I started with the Vibrams. The Vibrams were my first zero drop shoe just because I read the reviews. They seem to be really good for the type of workouts I was going to be doing. I've seen people in the gyms with these shoes. Of course, we all get the same stares because, once you put them on, you look like you got monkey feet or something. But once I started working out with these, it was a game changer for me just because I have poor toe mobility in my left foot especially. And so I really wanted to work on that. So as you can see, I'll probably do a close-up on it, but I have like a slight bunion on the left foot, which I don't have on the right as much. And this is mostly because my left foot is bigger than my right foot. And so I always buy shoes that perfectly fit the left foot. And I had a ton of room on the right foot. And so this one got bunched up in those narrow toe boxes over the years. And so, which leads to the me having the bunion just on the left side and not so much on the right. But these are great shoes. They have a really thick sole, so you can take these on the track, you take them on the grass, you can walk, trail walk. I'm not sure about running because I don't do too much trail running, but from the times I went hiking in these, they did pretty well. These get a lot of flack because of that. So it's a gift and a curse having these individualized toe boxes because it gives you great mobility. Each toe gets to work independent, and if you don't have great toe mobility, this is something that will let you be able to work on that throughout the day, but still be protected, not having to walk barefoot. But it's tough to get into if your feet or toes are overlapping and things like that. But I've been working on, spreading out my toes throughout this whole COVID break, and it's a little bit before that too. You can pick up these little toe spacers on Amazon or beauty shop or anywhere. You wear these overnight, wear them throughout the day. These are small enough I can put them on while I wear these shoes, so I get to work on it all day long. So I really like these. It's a good addition to working on your foot mobility. The biggest drawback for these bad boys, especially for as much as they cost, these are about $80 to $100. There's some even pricier than that. But once they get stank, they stay stank. And actually, I won't say stay stank because these just smell a little bit. But if you're actively wearing them and working out and sweat, once your sweat gets in here, these shoes become almost unmanageable. And I've thrown them in the washing machine a couple times. So that's why I only the smell is not too bad, but you can actively wear these and not wash them and then go out somewhere and keep going out and go trail running, go working out, and try to wear these on a casual outing and then go to someone's house and there's no taking your shoes off at anyone's house once you have these on. So I like them. I love them. I wish the only drawback is they stink. A lot of people don't. The drawback is getting your toes inside each individual toe box, but that wasn't a problem for me after a while. It was in the beginning, but then after a while it was pretty easy. But the stink, for as much as they cost, there should be some type of odor protection science done on these because they're really bad. So I don't wear these as much anymore. I wish I could, but yeah, they just stink too much. So that led me to my discovery of these, and these bad boys are only $25 on Amazon. They look like water socks, but they have the best grip, super bendy. And the vibrams are super bendy as well. You can fold them all up. So which you see, you can get the mobility you need when you're running and doing anything else, running, walking. They bend all the ways, they twist. So you really get all the mobility you need in a shoe with the protection of the sole. So I really, really, really like working out with these. I don't advise these particular brand for like trail running or anything like that because the sole is just not thick enough, and I don't think they were meant for that. These almost are similar to like water socks or anything like that, but they're more athletic, and I really like these. I wear them for all my, you see in the videos, I wear them for jumping, I wear them for stretching, I wear them for a lot. I've even bought 2 pairs of these. They're only 25 bucks, so I bought 2 pairs of these, one for inside and one for outside, because you don't wear your outside shoes inside. That's nasty. But anyway, I digress. These are great shoes. So people always wonder what zero drop means. So in your traditional athletic shoe or your traditional shoe in period, there's this elevated heel, and then you get a low forefoot. And the zero drop, there's zero difference between the forefoot and the rear and your heel. So your Achilles is going to get its full work on every step. Your toes are going to be able to expand because of the wide toe box. If you compare the toe boxes, this is very slim and gets all your toes pointed in one direction, versus the toe box, which this one lets your feet have some space. And then in the vibram, your feet have your toes have all the space because they're not connected to each other. But this is the difference. So we go throughout our days letting our Achilles do a lot of work, and our calves. And so that's where we get a lot of injuries, because when we switch out of something or we get a different shoe that is not as high, or we switch to a flat or something like that. And if you're in track world, you end up switching to a negative drop shoe where the front is actually higher than the heel. And then, so now you're getting extra stretch on the Achilles and calf and hamstring. So then that plays into it. So you're switching, doing all your drills from here, and then you switch to something that's here, and then you get undue stress on your lower extremities. But I still have to use these because I do a lot of high impact stuff. So I wouldn't suggest you using zero drop for any like unpadded jumping. So no concrete, no basketball dunking, nothing like that. If you want something more similar for an athletic shoe, I have the Feiyu, and the Feiyu are pretty good. They're another zero drop shoe. They're relatively inexpensive. They're 30 bucks, I think. They come in only 2 colors though, so you can't. So the zero drop world is not too many flavors out there. You're gonna get pretty much black or white. If you're flashy and you think of that, then zero probably won't work for you. But if you don't care about those things when you're working out, then you got these options. So Feiyu is kind of similar to a Converse. I know that's what some of you are already looking at, but I just feel that these have more of an athletic feel to it. You see a lot of, I was introduced to these through free running. So when I was in my free running days, they introduced me to this. It's originally a martial arts shoe, but then the free runners liked the grip and liked the support it gave, but really how much grip you got out of these. And so I fell in love with them. But if you want something that can handle like the jumping and things like that, then the Feiyu is a perfect component for that. But I still can't get away from the traditional regular shoe, just because one, there's style and you want to match your outfits and things like that. But also just because I do a lot of high impact stuff and I really trust these. Although, again, these narrow toe boxes, which is the culprit for if you see the curve and you see how it's going in, you see that's the natural culprit for your bunions and things like that. And then just pushing all the toes into where they don't have anywhere to go but to each other. I still do casual shoes. I've always tried to keep like a lower heel, but they still have a heel, but probably not as big as the athletic shoe. So, but it's still a heel nonetheless. But if you don't want to go into a true zero drop shoe, then these are a good option. You don't have to be Adidas or any brand. You just have to find something that's pretty low. Adidas, Vans, things like that, they all have. And just to show you, we're in elevated heels all day. So in corporate where I worked for 20 plus years, I wore this type of shoe, typical dress shoe. Jump in at 5 in the morning, work all, do my commute, then get to office, stand around, go to meetings, come out of work, you go do the opposite commute. Then if you have any family functions you got to go to, or any after hours thing you're going to, you're still in these shoes. So you can be in these shoes for from anywhere to 8, depending on how many hours you work. You can be from 8 to 15, 16 hours in just this shoe. So it really, really is important for you to get out of these shoes and do something to, it's not going to take it away just because the amount of hours you spent and the ratio that you could spend between here and here is always going to be off. It's always going to favor this shoe. But if you can spend some time in the zero drop, I think it would help you tremendously throughout the years. But again, I spent 20 years and things like that. So, and it just wreaked havoc on my toes. I'm now in the process of trying to reverse some of that. And that's why I'm in the zero drop world. So I brought the weightlifting shoes also just to show some of the, again, you still got the elevated heel, and these are slightly even more elevated. And these are just to help all of us, or help those who have poor ankle mobility, and also just used by a lot of Olympic lifters who are lifting heavy weight just to be more stable. I would advise you not being in these and only using these for Olympic lifts. You should always try to keep yourself very mobile throughout your workouts and try to increase, because not only is it about getting strong in the gym, it's also about getting mobile, getting more flexible. All of those components go together. So you can't overdo one without the other, because then eventually at some point one is going to collapse on you, and you don't want that to happen. So using a weightlifting shoe just for your big lifts, just for your Olympic lifts, and not for anything else throughout the gym will probably help you in the long run. So, but yeah, you can, and if you can't afford or don't want to have these, you can still use your regular shoe. You can use your zero drop shoe and just put a plate underneath. And those are mostly for squats. People use these for squats, and you probably shouldn't use it for squats. You should just use these for Olympic lifting. But if you needed to, again, you could just get your regular shoe and put some weight underneath your heel, and you'll have the same effect. So you don't really need to buy it, but it's nice to have. Just some other things. This is, if you can see it here, this is just a bunion corrector. It's kind of what I'm using now for my left toe, the left big toe. Just keeps it straight for a while, and you wear it throughout the day. And hopefully in a few months, I'll have a straight toe. Maybe I'll do a follow-up video, show you that. If you have some plantar fasciitis problems, issues, always you can get this, do the bottom of your foot, get some massages going after work. It's a good thing. And you can do this while you're watching TV, working at your desk, standing at your desk, whatever it is. Get a few rounds of those in with the ball. And this is pretty cheap as well. You can also, I got the Hypervolt, but I got it a long time ago. But you can go to any discount store now, Marshalls, Ross, things like that, and you can find one of these pretty cheap now. But these are great tools to have around. Again, you can use these on the bottom of your foot, do that, you can do your calves, everything that helps you stand all day, and just run that over the muscles and keep them in good shape. But these are all good tools to have. But again, the video is about zero drop shoes, and I really like them. Like I said, these are my 4th pair. I ran through my first one just because I didn't know what I was doing. Got them all stank and beat up, but now I have 2 pairs. And again, this pair stays in the house, and then the other pair for everything else, working out outside. So I hope that helps some of you. If you are interested in getting into the zero drop world, zero drop shoes, please go slow, because although it doesn't look like it's going to be a big difference to jump ship, it's a big difference between those, and you're going to have to get your foot acclimated to the new feel, being able to move in different directions, and also just being more flat, because now you're going to be on the ground and there won't be the balance issue you had with the traditional shoe. But again, just take it slow. Do a couple minutes. If you first get it, just do a couple minutes a day. And then as you go, just, 10%, the 10% rule, just increase by 10%. And then if you're trying to run in them, just start on just do something short. Maybe just if you're doing something on the grass, just do 1 set in the shoes on the grass and then back to your other shoes. And again, the 10% rule, just 10%, add 10% every week, and then just slowly get into it, because you don't want to derail yourself in the early days trying to push too hard. And this is something you're going to want for the rest of your life, so there's no race on this. So again, if you have any questions, let me know. If you have comments about the shoes, or you've tried shoes, and let me know your experience, you can comment below. But again, I think this is a great option for people. It's just, you just got to take it slow, and then I think it will work out for you. And you may see some returns in your posture, in the way you walk, and your gait. It kind of changes your running gait a little bit, but it's for a good reason. And if you stayed this long through the video and you liked it, please leave that thumbs up. I appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please comment, subscribe, and share the video with anyone who's interested in taking back control of their feet. So with that said, thank you for your time, and I'm out of here. Take care. Peace.